Hi, David. Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Uh, this is Alan Vaysberg. I'm the stress recalibration and life recalibration expert. And I wanted to talk about your health and happiness. And the reason, thank you very much for the hearts. I appreciate that. What I wanted to talk about was the reason why people who want to be happy and healthy are not. And it's eight very simple reasons. And those reasons we're going to be discussing very shortly. I think Gary Brown has joined. Hi, Gary. How's everybody? How's everybody doing today? Modern day wise woman. Hello, modern day wise woman. Love wise women. Love wise women. I mean that in the very honest and straightforward way. Thank you very much. My wife would be a modern day wise woman. I've always, you're very welcome. I've always strived to be around women who are strong and amazing. Thank you. And powerful, who know what they want, who are the epitome of what I call womanhood, which is a Greek goddess, or my imagination of one, somebody who is beautiful, somebody who's strong, somebody who is sensitive and motherly, and yet somebody who can get down and do stuff when it needs to get done in terms of accomplishing things in her own life. So perfect name for your moniker. I appreciate that, modern day woman. All right, so let's talk about those things. And by the way, if you think that this information would be useful to anybody that you know, feel free to click on the little Perry dude right there and invite your friends before we start talking. Otherwise, they can watch the replay. So those eight simple elements, and the reason why people are, who are interested in being happy and healthy are not, it's actually quite simple. Now, I'm simplifying it because these are topics that we can spend many nights discussing. Thank you for the hearts, I appreciate it. But most people are focused on the bigger picture. And it's interesting for me to say, since most of my life I spent focusing on the bigger picture instead of focusing on the particular ways of actually getting there. But that's where most people are. We paint these beautiful images of these amazing castles up in the sky, or castles of a life that we're trying to create for ourselves. And when we don't get there or don't see them immediately, we start being unhappy. And when we start being unhappy, then motivation gets lost, and then we start being unhealthy. And then we fall into really bad trends, and that's where we find ourselves. And what people are missing, unfortunately, is the foundation for those beautiful castles. The foundation of doing these simple things on a daily basis that all of us know that we're supposed to be doing, and yet we're not doing them. And I found that really peculiar as I was creating my seamless method, which is all common sense. And I used to take that as a negative connotation when people were talking about it, but now I take that as a compliment, because that's really what it is. It's common sense approach to health and happiness. And these little things, these eight habits that I'm going to talk about, the eight elements, are things that you already know about. So let's start with them without trying to drag this out. Sleep is number one, right? So seamless is an acronym that stands for these eight elements that we're supposed to be doing on a daily basis to be happy, healthy, and wise. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So true. Good points. Little things make the big difference. That's the thing, right? It's the little things that we do on a daily basis that actually allow us to get to that point. Because if we even get to that point of getting to that beautiful castle of a life, we may be completely exhausted by that time and we won't be able to enjoy it. So we need to do a number of things, such as build up the resilience of our body. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. We need to build up the resilience for our body. And the way to build up resilience is to get more sleep. I find it so interesting that most people are not even aware of the reasons why they should be getting sleep. We all know we should, right? That's not a big thing, and there are sleep months, and we see lots of research. But what blew me away particularly is a statistic that 1 out of every 5 auto accidents are due to drowsy driving. Okay, I mean, that seems like a lot, but that's over 1 million crashes a year. That blew me away, because if we extrapolate that out and I'm on the road driving, that means 2 out of every 4 cars around me, there is somebody likely, based on statistical evidence, somebody is likely drowsy. So I need to pay even more attention while I'm driving. So be careful. Sleeping is really important in order to be happy and healthy, because what happens Yeah, let's take apart the health factor and focus on the happiness. We tend to be unhappy for a variety of reasons. One of those is a chemical imbalance, and I'm not saying that we are chemically imbalanced, although some people that have heard me talk may probably think that in terms of me personally. It's The brain doesn't get enough time to be rebooted, and that's what you're getting during sleep. So if you're not getting enough sleep, then your body gets into that sleep debt. Your brain doesn't get rebooted. That means a lot of the memories don't get put in the right places. Your brain is a computer. That computer needs time to actually do its processing and figure out where things are supposed to go. So when we're awakened, we are not refreshed, and our brains are automatically firing with all this new information. Think about yourself. What is the first thing that you do when you awake? Type it in. What's the first thing that you do when you awake? And we don't have to use, I'm going to the bathroom or doing any of those other things. But anyway, what's the first thing? What I hear from most of my clients, since nobody's typing in yet, is they're going to go on their iPhone and they're going to be checking their emails, or they're going to be checking the scores or what's happening on Huffington Post or anywhere else. And that's one of the worst things that you can actually do. You want to be happy in life? Check email. Thank you very much. There you go, Gary. You want to be happy in life? That's not necessarily a way to start your morning, because you're going to go and check your email. What are you going to see? You're going to see people from work that are saying that you need to do this, you need to do that, or why the hell didn't you do something last day? You're going to be seeing things that happen because all of us have news alerts. I used to do my email. I stopped now. They drove me nuts. Absolutely. Thank you. That's what I'm doing, right? Even if we're not checking the news, we're checking the scores. Some of us are into sports, right? I may wake up and I'm going to check the Cubs scores. Lately, they've been good, although I think they lost today. So it's not a great way to start your morning. All right, so forget that. Some people don't check their email immediately. They don't take their phone. What they go in is they go and get coffee, because the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. I know, I've heard those commercials. I am not a coffee drinker, so I cannot appreciate it. I apologize. But based on all of the other statistics, and this, coffee is not the greatest thing for you, especially in the morning. Even if you're feeling refreshed, coffee is going to take that and give you another burst of energy. Why don't you get more sleep or eat a banana that's going to actually give you more energy than the coffee cup would? I'm not against coffee. I'm just saying let's look at our morning habits and let's see how we are automatically sabotaging our happiness and our health by just doing the simple things and the simple habits that we're into. So getting enough sleep is ultra, ultra important. You want to be happy, you want to be healthy, your body needs rest, and sleep is a part of that. And we can dive into sleep specifically. I'll probably do a scope just on sleep. So moving on, the next thing is eating and drinking enough water. You want to be healthy, you have to eat better, right? How many of us are sitting in front of the television at the end of the day, watching our favorite shows or catching up on stuff, and we're eating? Hi, Lonnie. So we're eating. Can you please tell me what you're eating? Just write it up, text or chat in this particular case. What are you eating usually at night before you go to bed in that TV timeout? Because I can tell you that I asked that question of my 5-year-old son. And I asked him, because he was watching his cartoon and he was eating something, I asked him, what did you just eat? He said, I don't know. I don't know. I was not paying attention. I was watching TV. Even at that age, he's getting into those habits. Right now I'm eating cashews, but I used to eat sugar like crazy. Not good. Cashews are much better than sugar. Although if you're eating those nuts, and I love cashews myself, I would switch to more almonds. They're a little healthier for you, if you like. So that mindless eating that we get into, or during lunch, what are we doing? Well, we're rushing because we're at work and we need to do something else. So what we're doing is Popeyes, thank you. What we're doing is we're grabbing fast food, or we're going to the cafeteria and we're grabbing something there. We're not really planning our foods very well, and our intake for the foods is not really helping us become healthy. So we're overly stressed anyway. Then we're adding that stress. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. Then we're adding the stress of the foods that we're eating. Hi, Stephanie. We're adding that stress with the foods that we're eating. Then we're coming home, and instead of eating a healthy meal, we plop ourselves down because we're exhausted in front of a television, and we continue eating. We don't even know what we're eating. We're not sure exactly, how much we're eating of it. and your metabolism is slow, you're going to accumulate that fat because you're not working out right after it. So we're in very unhealthy habits from morning to afternoon to night, and those things need to be changed. And then you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, wait a minute, where did those 10 extra pounds come from? And then you become unhappy. Or you're not feeling well and you become unhappy because you're not feeling well all the time. Where's my energy? My energy is not here because I just ate like crap. Well, I better get some coffee or an energy drink because I need to have enough energy to go through the day. And we start getting into those habits that are really unhealthy for us. Hi, Schwartz reports. So that's just the first two habits that we're talking about, those 8 missing elements to happiness and health. So let's go down the list. Activity, right? So seamless is an acronym. It really is a vicious cycle. You're trying to reduce stress, but all we're doing is adding to it. It is a vicious cycle. If you're not getting enough sleep, if you're not getting proper nutrition, you're not drinking enough water, it's not something that's going to help you become healthier or happier. And we constantly get into that cycle. So again, seamless is an acronym that stands for these 8 elements that we should be doing on a daily basis that all of us know that we need to do, but for some reason we are way too smart and we don't do them. So A would be for activity. Activity, we're a sedentary society. All we're doing on a daily basis is sitting. I'm sitting right now. When you're driving to work, you're sitting. When you're at work, you're sitting. When you come home and you plop in front of a television, you're sitting. Or you're eating somewhere, you're sitting. We are a sedentary society. And we think that, hey, it's all right because I'm working out twice a week. That's good. It's certainly much better, but that's not enough. You need to be active. Active doesn't mean that you have to go to the gym every single day. It just means that you need to walk. You need to run, you need to bike, you need to dance, you need to swim, you need to do anything that's activity-based. All you need is a half an hour. And I can bet no matter how busy you are, you can find a half an hour throughout your day where you can fit some sort of activity into it. You can walk up the stairs if you want to. Now, some of us work in a really tall building, so it could be a problem, but you certainly can do it. Right? You can park a little farther and you can walk. When you come home, you can walk. During lunch, you can go for a half an hour walk. And by the way, get most of the other elements that I'm about to talk about. So yeah, move every day. Love to dance. Thank you very much. You feel much better. Your body was not designed to be sitting all the time. Your body is designed to move. You want to be happier and healthier? Move. And it's really doesn't matter what activity it is. And that's why it's so beautiful, because it's flexible. It builds into your own schedule. You decide, hey, I don't feel like going to work out right now, but I feel like getting on my bike. Or my kids really want to dance. I'm going to go and dance with them for 20 minutes. What can be better than you being in charge of your own schedule and your own happiness and your own health? Because all of these things are tied. So activity is ultra important. And then we get down to M, seamless, right? So M is the next one. That's meditation. How many people know that meditation is good for them? Just pop some hearts or type a yes. Yep, I hear from people all the time. Meditation is good. We're supposed to do it. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. Meditation is really important. But then the next thing I hear from people, I have no time to meditate. Really? What does that mean? Well, I have no time to sit in the lotus position saying for 40 minutes at a time. And they're right. They probably don't have that time. But meditation doesn't have to be that. Meditation is mindfulness. It's ability to get into a state of being in the present, into the state of being right now, which means you can do 5 minutes of it in the morning, 5 minutes when you're pissed off at work, and just closing your eyes and getting into a state that's more calm, and 5 minutes before you go to bed. And by the way, you just meditated for 15 minutes today. Everybody can meditate. Meditation is mindfulness. Meditation is being right now. If you want to be happy, do you think you're going to be happy worrying about things that happened yesterday or being anxious about things that are going to happen tomorrow? That's not happiness. That's certainly not healthy for you because you're going to be adding more stress to your life. Love it. Try to encourage my guy to do it with me. I'll show him the replay. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Meditate. There is no wrong way to meditate. There really isn't. Meditation could be breathing, it could be imagination, it could be being in your music while you're dancing, by the way. If you get lost in your music, that's meditation. If you're playing sports, I love tennis and I'm playing tennis, if I'm focusing on that moment and I am here, I'm in that what we call zone, I am meditating. There is no wrong way to meditate. Again, if these messages resonate to you while we're discussing them, please click on the little berry dude. Invite your friends so they can hear as well. So that's 4 out of the seamless, out of the 8 elements that you need in order to be happy and healthy. We get to L, my favorite, I have to admit, my favorite, which is love. There are 3 types of love. And if you want to be happy and healthy, 3 different types of love that we talk about. Number 1, thank you very much, modern woman. Modern wise woman, thank you. First love, and the most important love, is loving yourself. Hi, self-love mantras. Well, speaking, there you go. There's the message from the universe. I talk about loving myself, and self-love mantras has joined. Welcome. Loving yourself is one of the most important things that you can do. You want to be happy? Well, a lot of the happiness, thank you for the hearts, a lot of the happiness, or love in that case, thank you, a lot of the unhappiness comes because we are, there you go, because we are unhappy with ourselves. We are our worst possible critic. I talk a lot, hi Sama, I talk a lot about Dr. Emoto's research. Dr. Emoto, who recently passed away, he was doing research with droplets of water. And he would take droplets of water and he would put the microscope, I almost said periscope, he would put a microscope. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? He would put a microscope and he would see, but before he would look at the droplets of water, he would say, I love you to one, and he would say, I hate you to another one. And he would go through the whole gamut of emotions of positivity and negativity, and he would see what happens to the actual molecular structure of those droplets of water. And they completely changed. When it's a love you, it's a positive emotion, it's a beautiful word, it's going to be an incredible structure. Snowflake, it's beautiful. Whereas the opposite would occur on the other end of the spectrum. When it's I hate you, or you're ugly, or you're bad, anything that's negative, the structure is broken down, it's dirty, it's not nice at all. And guess what? We are more than 60% water. So when somebody tells us you suck, and I don't know why I just pointed at myself, when somebody tells you something bad, or you're telling that to yourself, which is worst of all, what do you think happens to your body? If we are 60% water, or more than 60% water, and all of our water molecules react with a similar fashion, do you think that there is a chance for you to actually physically feel good? We're not even talking about emotional health, but physically. You cannot feel good because your body is sending the wrong signals, or you actually programming your body that you're feeling bad about yourself, and your body is just reflecting that. Your body is a mirror of what you are on the inside. So if you constantly tell yourself, you're not good enough, or you're ugly, or you're not, this is how energy healing works. That's true. Yeah. So one of the ways that we do it is we change it. The energy is trapped within us. We change structurally in the field and the atoms. Yeah. And the water. Absolutely. Everything is based on that. But until you start learning to love yourself, be kind to yourself, you're not going to change any of this. Another aspect of it is loving others. And guess what? A lot of the conflict, a lot of the unhealthy relationships in our lives come from others in our lives. Whether it's others at work, thank you for the love. Others at work, others our spouses, our family, our friends, people around us. If you don't love yourself, you will always be dependent on somebody else to give you that love that you're missing. Hi, Tarot Life Coach. And by the way, guess what? You're not going to get that love from somebody else, and certainly not in the way that you're expecting it. So what you find is that you become in a dependent relationship, and for the wrong reasons. You're not going to appreciate the person that's next to you because you're not looking at them as who they are. You're looking at them as who you need them to be. And anytime you need them to be something and you're not getting that, that's where we have 50% divorce rates, because you're looking for that love somewhere else. I'm not getting it here. I'm going to get it somewhere else. Well, you're not getting it somewhere else. There's only one place where you're going to get it, and that's right here. And if you don't love yourself, you're not going to get that love anywhere else. We can only attract and receive and see what ourselves are. Yes, absolutely. You are love. You are light. And we can go in an esoteric spectrum and talk about that, but that's really who you are. Energy healer must love themselves very much. The energy of their love and water can help others. Absolutely. Yeah, you have to. You have to love yourself. And it's not being an egoistic bastard. It's about you appreciating who you are. And learning that, you know what, if I'm missing hugs, if I don't have anybody else to hug, I'm hugging myself. I'm going to look at myself in the mirror every single day, and I'm going to look myself straight in the eyes, and I'm going to say, I love you. By the way, do that. When you get a chance, look at yourself in the mirror straight in the eyes and say, I love you. What happens to your body? Ooh, energy is just rushing through me. Some of you may cry. Some of you will find it very hard to say that because you're not used to saying that. Yeah, do that every day. Thank you. That's why you're wise, by the way. You have to do that every day. Then once you learn to love yourself, you will not be dependent on anybody else. And oh, by the way, your relationships with others in your life will improve because you're not waiting for them to give you something. You're going to appreciate who they actually are. And then barriers will disappear. And there is your health and your happiness. Exactly. Thank you. Right? So that's the second part of love, dealing with others. The third part of love is loving your day. Okay, by the chatting or by the show of hearts, how many of you love what you do for a living? Good. I see some of you are. Thank you. Yeah, but not that many, right? Some of you love what you do for a living. Others, good. So that's why I love my audience, because we have people that actually love what they do for a living. But many people out there wake up in the morning and say, oh, God, I have to go and work, and I don't like what I'm doing, but I don't know how to get out of it. And all I'm doing is doing something for somebody else. And I spend the whole day going to my work, commuting, fighting with people at work, or doing stuff that I hate doing, that I come home, that I have chores, I have family activities, I have duties. By the time I'm done, it's about 10:30, and then I have to go to bed. Okay, and I can't even plop down myself in front of the television and watch my favorite show because Alan told me not to a few minutes ago. Because that's unhealthy for me. So what we get into that vicious cycle again. That cycle is we are not doing anything for ourselves, and we're not loving the day. And you have to love the day. So a way to do that, a way to be healthy and happy about your day, is to insert something that you love into every single day, regardless of what it is. You love reading? Read. I don't care if it's a minute. You love hugging? Hug. You love biking, you love playing tennis, you love whatever, substitute whatever it is that you love. Do it. Then no day will ever seem like a waste to you, and your happiness factor is going to go through the roof. Because every day you love it. There's something every day that you love. Again, it's a whole separate topic of loving your day, because we can talk about loving your work, finding something within your work that you appreciate, turning that whole thing around. There are lots of things that we can discuss, and I'm going to be doing scopes on them. But that's the love part. All right, we have 3 more to go. E in seamless is about and something to look forward to every day. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you have to wake up and you have to be actually interested. You're getting up. You want to go. You want to get the day going because it's fun and you're going to do something that you actually love doing. Who wants to wake up when they don't love what they're doing? You don't. You certainly don't. Excuse me. E in seamless is for expansion and growth. Many of us are blocked off. We put ourselves in nice little boxes, and in those boxes we kind of find our level of content. We're not really happy, we're okay, right? Okay, because life is life and that's the way it is. Bullshit. I know I'm using certain words, but bullshit. I call bullshit on that. Life is what you make it. We all have circumstances that we wish we changed. But you either change the circumstance or you change your ability to look at it. So look at it from a different perspective. You have to grow, you have to expand. You are never going to change your patterns, and most of our patterns are negative, by the way. You're never going to change your patterns if you continue doing the same thing. Go out of your comfort zone. Push your fears aside. Step beyond those boundaries and actually do something. Because you'll realize that, you know what I think, thank you for the hearts, what I think is going to happen in my life because of all of my prior programming is not going to happen. It doesn't have to happen. It can be completely different. I'm reminded often of this example, thank you for the love, of relatives of mine who went to Brazil. And I wanted to go to Brazil. I thought Brazil was awesome. And they were telling how horrible Brazil was. Excuse me, losing my voice a little bit. They were saying how horrible Brazil was. And because all they saw was a third world country and it's dirt here, the economy is that, and people are that. I'm like, wow, seriously? That's what you saw? When I went to Brazil, I saw beautiful things. And that's the difference of our perspective. If you're expecting to see crap, you're going to see crap. If you're expecting to see beauty, you'll see beauty. So how you choose to look at life is going to manifest in the way of life presenting itself to you. You're going to get conditions in your life that will mirror the way that you feel about it. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. So what you should be doing is changing the programming. And you cannot change the programming unless you actually do something about it. Yeah, we always find what we're looking for. Absolutely. I not to toot my own horn, but I had this revelation for me, and all of us have our revelations at different points. But I suddenly realized that when I actually, probably a good another scope, when I had something and numerology said one thing about the same problem, and astrology said something completely different. And I thought, wait a minute, I kind of believe in both. I believe in astrology, I believe in numerology. Why would both of them completely disagree on the same topic? Until I asked my guides and I understood. And I understood that both of them are right. And everybody is right because everybody sees what they choose to see. And isn't that the coolest part? Because the world is so big, the world has all possibilities. We get what we expect to get. Astrologers get all of the experiences that tell them they're absolutely right. Numerologists get the same thing. Palm readers get the same thing. Iridology get the same thing. We can go through all of these disciplines. Everybody gets exactly what they expect. That's the way it works. So if you want to expect that you're going to be healthy and happy, then you're going to get that too. It's not rocket science. Life is complicated because of things that it tends to present to us that we have to deal with. But the idea of life is not complicated. It's what we do with it that becomes complex. Right? There are parallel realities and possibilities. So any truth, absolutely. Yeah. We all live and we create our own universes. And by the way, going out on the spiritual spectrum, I finally understood what mind was. In this whole mind, body, spirit, and how all three of them are aligned. I'm going to do another scope on that, not to take anybody's time here. But it's a really interesting realization of how that process actually is supposed to work. So that's expansion and growth. We have two more. So you want to be happy and healthy, you have to reduce your stress. You have to build up your resilience to it, so your body is resilient to stress when it occurs. And then you have to have coping mechanisms of getting out of that stress. So there are many, many things that you can do in terms of that. I forgot to turn off my phone, so that interrupted for a second. So many things that you can do on stress reduction, and I've done so many scopes on that, and I'll continue doing stress reduction tips every day. And finally, sunshine and fresh air. You want to be happy and healthy, you need fresh air. You need sunshine. You need vitamin D. Vitamin D gives you serotonin, right? You want to be happier, you need serotonin. It also decreases your melatonin levels, which make you sleepy. You need oxygen because oxygen needs to be utilized for your brain and for everything in your body. So you cannot be happy, you cannot be healthy if you're not going outside and you're not getting fresh air and sunshine. You have to be getting both. These 8 simple things that we just talked about in the last, whatever it was, number of minutes. Everybody knows that you're supposed to do them. The question is, why don't we? And that's what's been bugging me all this time. Why do people gloss over the simplest things that make a huge difference in their lives? So don't. They're seamless for you. You want to make your life seamless, it's these 8 things. Sleep, eat, be active, meditate, love, expand and grow, stress reduction or reduce your stress, and add some sunshine and fresh air to your life. We'll be doing more and more scopes on that. That's what I wanted to tell you. You want to be happy and healthy, don't gloss over those things. Fight for them. Do them on a daily basis, and you can do all of them. It's not that difficult. Okay? Any questions before we end for today? People don't do what they know, they do what they feel. Yeah, love yourself and you will do all these things. Oh, you're so right. The next thing, I just started working on that program today. It's called Seamless Love. Everything has to be seamless with me. But it's Seamless Love, and it's all 3 elements. You have to love your body. And if you love your body, loving yourself is broken down into 3 elements. You have to love your body. If you're loving your body, you're going to be exercising, you're going to be getting sleep, you're going to be eating better, and you're going to go outside and get fresh air and sunshine. You have to love your mind. and you have to love your soul. So that's where we start getting into all of those. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'll take that compliment. Thank you. So it's a program that I just started working on today. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Just again, follow me. Join me on Facebook. You'll see all of these things. Alan Inspire. Just find Alan Vaysberg. ALEN VAYSBERG. Any other questions? I need to run. My parents have their anniversary, so I need to go to the anniversary dinner. But wanted to give everybody a little shout out and talk about health and happiness. Love that men are talking about self-love. I know. Seriously. Why is it? I mean, I know why. Women are smarter than men in general. But why is it that women are actually in touch? I have an Instagram account. I'm never on it. I'm mostly on Facebook and I'm on Periscope every day. I'm also on Twitter at Alan Inspire. Women are much better than men in actually dealing with these issues, and men really need to. One of the programs that I'm going to be creating is specifically for men. That's called It's Not Sex. Because many men are dealing with these issues. They're dealing with issues of intimacy, and they're dealing with issues of not loving themselves. And they think they're getting that through sex. They're usually not getting as much sex as they need from their partner, and they're looking elsewhere for it. So, we'll tackle that problem once I get to that point. But absolutely, men need to be talking about that because that'll really help everybody. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you spending this time with me. Again, Alan Vaysberg, your life recalibration expert. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.